How's business? How is this whole supply situation right now affecting it?
Hi, everyone. Hello, sir. The business is doing well, and we are working hard to do the best we can on supply chain, logistics, to fulfill the market demand as much as we can.
Of course, you have to, but the point being, what kind of sort of production problems are you having at the moment?
There are multiple factors that compound together. Namely, number one, the semiconductor supply. Number two, it's the logistic, especially going to Europe and North America. Number three will be the assembly facility. I mean, the system assembly facility availability and also planning. Those three factors compound together is actually quite complicated.
Exactly, and you're there in Taiwan, and we saw the Intel CEO come, last week, and this big package being announced. How do you look at that? It's investment into Taiwan. At the same time, it does provide competition too. Through which prism are you looking at it through?
Yes, I actually had a chance to talk to Mr. Gelsinger personally. I did hear from him on all kinds of grand plan. I did also communicate to him on our strategy and how do we work together. We see the market is going to be dynamic, and we will work together with multiple suppliers closely to make sure that we maneuver through well throughout all this complexity and competitive cooperation situation.
Well, absolutely, but it's a thumbs up for Taiwan, certainly, is it not?
You are right. It's a great time for Taiwan and great time for the industry as well.
Well, indeed. Let's just also just take a look at how you are at the moment repositioning your business. You're taking a multi-brand strategy. Give us a sense of that, because I mean, I think you're selling and have a presence in more than 160 countries around the world.
Correct. We have presence in more than 160 countries. We do have that many footprints around the world. In our multi-brand strategy, in other words, I think better way to interpret that is we do have a different brand for different focus on different lifestyle. For instance, a general public, we have Acer, Aspire product. And for Esports, we have Predator. And for outdoor worker, we have Enduro. So very much is for the particular lifestyle, particular usage, particular target audience. We have different brand to optimize for our product and our offer.
Yeah, absolutely. So which ones do you prioritize in which geographies?
We don't really prioritize by geography, but what I can tell you is now the biggest segment for our business is esports, is gaming. Gaming contribute about 30% of our business. On the other hand, the biggest growth opportunity we believe will be the green PC area that we use recycled material to make PCs. A PC like the one I hold on my hand is using PCR, pre-consumer plastic, to produce PCs for consumer as well as for enterprise. This PC will be able to reduce 21% carbon emission. We believe this one has the biggest opportunity in the near future.
Well, talking of that PC, or that notebook that you have there, what are the margins like compared with your other products?
PC compared with other products, if you're talking about accessories and other software products, PC provides us a base, but it's not greatest margin. However, if we compare with years ago, we have improved. If we compare the specific segments like esports, like greens and Concept D and Enduros, they do have better margin than the general use PCs.
So Jason, okay, there is that. You have this aim to become the #1 notebook maker in the world. You also want to make a drive into the mobile device market. Tell us a little bit about that and your ambitions there.
What we have in our mind is the target audience and usage model really stimulate the demands. So the #1 thing that we have to decide is who will be our target audience and use what brand. Number two will be what were the excitements that we believe people will trigger people's demand and their decision, their convictions to purchase our product. A good example will be esports. We have to give people this passion, this excitement that they will decide to go for Acer, Predator, and gaming PC.
Yeah, but what about mobile? And mobile is going to be very important. I mean, you talk about esports. I mean, this is exactly the target group that would be part of the whole notion of the metaverse. And, there's a lot of talk surrounding all this. Does that fit in with the sort of opportunities this all throws up for you? And what opportunities do you actually see?
Yes, very well. We see two major mega trends nowadays. Number one is the metaverse that you are talking about. Esport is one of them, but it's not limited only esport. NTF will be another area that we also pay attention. The other area that we believe will be big and there will be tons of opportunity there will be ESG related opportunities that we are also paying a lot of attention on.
Okay, now one other thing I want to get to is with regards to the green outlook that you have and gaming here as well. Tell me, how does thermal technology play into this as well? Because it's something you're making a big push for.
Yes, very well, very good question. I come from semiconductor background. I can easily tell you performance and thermal, it's a trade-off. So you have better performance, the thermal is going to be hotter, the chip is going to be hotter, that we have to prepare a better system thermal solution for our gaming PC for the power users. And Acer has more than 300 patents on thermal solution. We believe we are the #1 thermal solution provider in the world that will be able to give the power user a better, more reliable, more stable performance for the same kind of chip.
Yeah, again, to the previous question as well, and the answer that you just gave me, it all does throw up a lot of opportunities for this so-called metaverse thinking, or metaverse talk, if you will, at the moment. And give us an idea of what specific hardware opportunities are linked to it.
The metaverse give us a virtual areas, virtual space that people will be able to enter themselves into. There are multiple areas, and I have to say this is still early. There's a lot of plans that are still ongoing, but one specific examples that I will be able to share with you will be the naked eye 3D solutions that we just launched based on Concept D, which is for developer and creators, that people will be able to have 3D effects on naked eyes without glasses, just on our Concept D PC. That will give people a good rotation and good 3D effect experience on your notebook, your laptop.